Building a PC is fun, but a few simple mistakes can cost performance, create stability issues, or even destroy expensive hardware. So, what are the most common PC building mistakes people still make? Careless LGA socket insertion. Dropping a processor into LGA socket at an uneven angle or sliding it horizontally across the socket grid results in instant physical devastation. Modern sockets feature an array of hundreds of incredibly fragile, microscopic gold-plated spring pins tilted at precise angles to meet the contact pads on the bottom of the CPU. The slightest lateral impact bends these pins out of alignment or snaps them off completely. Bending even a single pin can cut off communication to an entire channel of memory, disable critical PCIe lanes, or prevent the entire computer from powering on, turning a brand new motherboard into a useless piece of desktop trash. Cost of mistake. A ruined motherboard socket requiring tedious, risky pin-bending repair or a total board replacement. Forgetting to remove the protective film from the cooler base. Many CPU coolers ship with a thin plastic film covering the cold plate to prevent scratches during shipping. It is surprisingly easy to miss, especially on first builds. The system will still boot normally, but the cooler ends up trying to transfer heat through a layer of plastic instead of direct metal contact. Temperatures immediately skyrocket, fans ramp to maximum speed, and the processor may begin throttling under even moderate workloads. The mistake is so common that experienced builders still occasionally make it when assembling systems in a hurry. Cost of mistake. Excessive temperatures, loud fan noise, and potentially significant performance loss until the cooler is reinstalled correctly. Mismatched thermal interface and cooler pressure. Applying far too much thermal paste can reduce mounting quality and create unnecessary mess, while applying too little leaves microscopic air pockets that trap heat. The actual application pattern matters far less than achieving an even, thin layer across the integrated heat spreader. However, even a perfect paste application can be ruined by uneven mounting pressure. Tightening one corner of a large air cooler or liquid cooling block all the way down before the others can tilt the cold plate and reduce contact on part of the CPU surface. Many builders still believe there is only one correct way to apply thermal paste, whether it is a pea-sized dot, an X-shape, or manual spreading. In reality, modern testing shows that most methods perform nearly identically as long as enough paste is used to cover the processor under mounting pressure without excessive overflow. When contact pressure becomes uneven, one area of the CPU can run significantly hotter than the rest, causing premature thermal throttling and unnecessary fan noise. Cost of mistake: lower boost clocks, higher temperatures, and unnecessary acoustic noise. Omitting main motherboard chassis standoffs. Mounting a motherboard directly against the metal tray of a PC case without installing the required standoffs creates an immediate electrical hazard. The underside of the PCB contains thousands of exposed solder points and electrical connections that are never meant to touch conductive metal surfaces. Without the air gap created by the standoffs, parts of the motherboard can short directly against the chassis. In the best-case scenario, the system simply refuses to power on. In the worst case, the short circuit damages the motherboard or other connected components. Cost of mistake: a non-functional system and potentially damaged hardware. Suboptimal dual-channel RAM slot selection. Installing two memory modules into the wrong DIMM slots can disable dual-channel operation or reduce memory stability at high frequencies. Most modern consumer motherboards are designed and validated for two module configurations in specific slots, typically A2 and B2, though the exact recommendation varies by board. Ignoring the motherboard manual and using a different slot combination can make high-speed Intel XMP or AMD Expo profiles harder to train, increasing the likelihood of boot failures, memory errors, or automatic fallback to lower speeds. A common misconception among first-time builders is that RAM performs identically in any slot as long as the modules physically fit. In reality, memory routing and signal integrity are important factors in high-frequency operation, which is why motherboard manufacturers specify preferred slot configurations. Cost of mistake: reduced memory performance, loss of dual-channel bandwidth, and potential instability when using high-frequency memory profiles. Chipset lane bottlenecks for high-speed storage. Plugging a top-tier PCIe SSD into an auxiliary M2 slot without checking how it is wired can leave performance on the table. Most modern motherboards provide multiple M2 slots, but only some connect directly to the CPU. Others route through the motherboard chipset, which shares bandwidth with USB controllers, networking devices, and other onboard hardware. For gaming and everyday use, chipset-connected slots usually perform perfectly well. However, during heavy file transfers or workloads involving multiple high-speed devices, the shared chipset link can become a bottleneck and reduce peak storage performance. Cost of mistake: reduced transfer speeds from an otherwise high-end SSD. Peeling factory SSD heat spreading stickers. Many builders assume the label covering an SSD is nothing more than decorative packaging and remove it before installation. In reality, many modern SSD labels contain thermal spreading materials and warranty information. While not every label functions as a major heatsink, removing it can reduce cooling effectiveness and may void warranty coverage depending on the manufacturer. In some cases, aggressively peeling the label can even damage small surface-mounted components located near the memory chips. Cost of mistake: reduced cooling performance, warranty issues, or accidental physical damage. Uncooled storage drives below exposed graphics cards. Installing a high-performance NVMe SSD directly beneath a large graphics card without any heatsink can create a localized heat trap. Modern GPUs dump enormous amounts of heat into the surrounding area, especially during long gaming sessions or rendering workloads. While NAND memory itself tolerates heat reasonably well, the SSD controller is far more sensitive. Once controller temperatures climb high enough, the drive activates thermal throttling and sharply reduces performance to protect itself. Cost of mistake: significant performance drops during sustained file transfers and reduced long-term reliability. Counterproductive case airflow and cable obstruction. Installing fans with conflicting airflow directions creates turbulence inside the case and prevents fresh air from reaching critical components efficiently. Problems become even worse when excess cables are left hanging directly in front of intake fans, restricting airflow into the main chamber. Instead of feeding cool outside air to the graphics card and CPU cooler, the system ends up recycling warmer internal air, increasing component temperatures and fan noise under load. Cost of mistake: higher operating temperatures and louder system acoustics. The secondary PCIe slot graphics bottleneck. Installing your primary graphics card into a lower PCIe slot can significantly reduce available bandwidth, depending on the motherboard design. While the slot may look identical to the primary X16 slot, it is often wired differently. Many secondary slots operate at X4 bandwidth and communicate through the chipset rather than directly through the CPU. On some systems, the performance impact is small, while on others it can lead to noticeable frame rate losses, increased stuttering, or reduced performance in bandwidth-sensitive workloads. Cost of mistake: potentially significant performance loss from an expensive graphics card. Neglecting heavy graphics card structural sag. Leaving a heavy triple-slot graphics card unsupported places continuous mechanical stress on both the motherboard slot and the graphics card PCB. Over time, the card can begin to sag noticeably under its own weight, especially in systems that are moved frequently. While catastrophic failures are uncommon, prolonged sag can stress the PCIe slot, power connectors, and PCB itself, increasing the risk of mechanical damage over the long term. Cost of mistake: potential long-term wear on the graphics card and motherboard PCIe slot. Daisy-chaining high-draw PCIe power cables. Powering a high-end graphics card through a single PCIe cable using both daisy-chain connectors is generally not recommended. While many modern power supplies can technically handle the load, higher-power GPUs can benefit from using separate cables for each connector. This reduces voltage drop, lowers connector temperatures, and improves overall power delivery stability. Using separate cables becomes especially important for graphics cards drawing well over 250 watts under sustained load. Cost of mistake: increased risk of instability, connector heat buildup, or power-related issues under heavy load. Mismatched front panel I/O connections. Fumbling the installation of the tiny, individual 1-pin and 2-pin front panel connector wires onto the motherboard system header is an annoying assembly bottleneck. These tiny, unguided plastic plugs control the chassis power button, reset switch, hard drive activity lights, and power LEDs. Because they lack a unified plastic housing, it is incredibly easy to accidentally slide the power switch wire onto the reset pins or flip the positive and negative orientations for the system LEDs. When the build is finished and you flip the master power switch, pressing the case power button results in absolute, deafening silence. The system isn't broken, but you are forced to strip down the build and peer into the darkest corner of the case with a flashlight to figure out why a tiny wire is off by a single pin. Cost of mistake: $0 lost, but hours of immense frustration and tedious troubleshooting on your knees. Have you ever made any of these mistakes? Let me know in the comments, and if this video helped you avoid one, drop a like and subscribe for more PC guides.